Hey guys, Alec, Peirce, Scuba. Back here at Scuba 2000, my old dive store. Beautiful dive store. I think Kevin just showed you a couple of pictures of some of the decorations. A place to visit if you're in Toronto area. Anyway, I want to start some arguments with this tech tip because this is a tech tip. We've actually shared some of these ideas before. But anyway, in this particular video, what I'd like to do is talk about this rocket fin or jet fin and a modern fin. And I'd like to dispel a couple of myths because, as with anything, there's a bit of a fad element. So certainly among tech divers and some groups of divers, the jet fin is the fin to have. They've decided that that's the fin to have. It's the only fin that works. I got news for you guys. Sorry, it's not the only fin that works. Let me ask you this. What year is the car that you're driving? Is it a 1960? Or is it a 2019? Things have improved. Cars today are much better. Fins today are much better. But let's do a hands-on, step-by-step comparison between the two fins. And maybe this will just simply generate some more discussions, which is a nice word for arguments. Certainly some more comments. Let's do it. Okay, here we go. Here's the two fins I want to compare. The famous old jet fin or rocket fin. U.S. divers called it the rocket fin. Scuba Pro came out very shortly afterwards or before, I can't remember which, and they called their version the jet fin. And the jet fin is the one that's still around. This is it. You can still buy this. It hasn't changed in 60 years. It hasn't changed. This is it. The style hasn't moved a single bit. It has the same blade shape. It has the same holes in it. It has the same fin pocket. It comes when you buy this, it does come with the same rubber strap on those terrible old fingernail crushing metal clips. But I see that this particular version now has the stainless steel springs on it, which I think is a good improvement. But that is the fin. It hasn't changed. It's a little bit short. It's a little bit wide. It has those three holes in there, which to this day have never been shown definitively to be of any use. They spent a lot of money trying to prove that those holes improve the fin's efficiency. No, the fin doesn't bend. It's very hard to bend. It's very, very heavy. The foot pocket is shaped like a shoe box. Not like a shoe box. It's square. Now, if your foot is that shape, this fin will fit. If your foot is not square like that, this fin will not fit. It's missing some other stuff as well. Let me explain. As I said earlier, the fin is very heavy. Very, very heavy. Modern fins are quite light. They're made of a synthetic material. They don't necessarily float, but they are quite light. That is a big benefit when you're finning. Think for just 1 minute. In a 1/2 hour dive, how many times you start and stop your fin. All discussions aside, every time you stop the fin, you're fighting momentum. Every time you start the fin, you're fighting inertia. And both of those, momentum and inertia, are directly related to the weight, the mass of the fin. Less momentum, less inertia, less effort, less oxygen, better for your muscles. This fin is much, much lighter. Now, let's do some comparisons. First of all, some people say that the fin's not different size. You have to have a rocket fin size. Okay, so I'm going to match up the toe of the modern fin with the toe of this antique. Toe to toe. Same width. The modern fin is 1 inch, maybe 1.5 inches longer. Same fin, same surface area. Well, not quite the same surface area. This fin, this modern fin, thousands of dollars in research, the whole blade area and the whole foot pocket. This foot pocket is actually part of the propulsion surface. You see the ribs on here, which direct water down. Little groove in the center, it directs water. The foot pocket is also part of the propulsion system. Not so with this old fin. A couple other things. All right. We've compared the fin size. Let's compare the fin shape. They're almost identical. Turn it over. Do it the other way. Foot pocket to foot pocket. They're almost identical. The modern fin has a very slight angle to it. You can see your foot's in here. The fin slopes down very, very slightly, which is what it should be. If you can picture this on your foot is in here. You want the fin to be parallel to the bottom. And when your foot's in there, unless you can straighten your foot out perfectly, straighten your ankle, which you can do, the fin pocket tends to be down a little bit, like this. You see, down a little bit. The blade is still flat, parallel to the bottom. parallel to the surface, the way it ought to be. No curve in this fin whatsoever. A couple other things. This fin, if you look at the foot pocket, you'll notice that the foot pocket is pretty straight across there. There's no platform. On this fin, here's the arch, here's the platform, comes back a long way. So this fin extends under your foot. It doesn't end in the center of your foot. It ends almost under the heel. If you have a fin that ends under the center of your foot and you kick hard, the foot bends right in the middle. Your foot bends right in the middle. Very painful. With a modern fin with this design, the foot is supported the full length. See how far in it goes? The full length of your foot is in there. The foot doesn't bend. So you can put full force on this fin if you would like to, and yet you don't get that painful bend in the foot. Now, they spent a lot of money trying to prove that these vents work. They spent a lot of money designing this fin and testing it. And they have proven definitively that this particular shape with the upswept edges, like a 747, is it? Airplane, much, much more efficient. This blade is slightly more flexible at the tip, only at the tip. It has ribs, solid ribs, that run full length, top and bottom. And lastly, for you guys with super strong legs that overkick. When you overkick a fin, all that happens is the fin either bends or the water spills over the side, which actually slows you down. If you overkick this fin, the fin bends very slightly, right here in the middle, bends until your fin kick is ended, quite strong actually. When you get to the end, then that straightens and you continue to get force, even though your foot has stopped moving. So the effort you put in to bend the fin comes back at the end. You don't lose that effort with spilled water. Anyway, also it comes with the very latest in straps, bungee strap, nice big hole for your finger and so on. Some people have criticized me because I'm a big fan of the Nova fin. Hey, listen, I was a big fan of the rocket fin, of the Jetfin when they came out too. It was very modern compared to the first fins that I used. A lot of great features. Guess what? 60 years later, I'm still a big fan of Scuba Pro. They're both made by Scuba Pro. Think about it for a minute, guys. They're both made by Scuba Pro. You think in 60 years, one of the biggest and best companies in the world hasn't improved their fin, efficiency, propulsion. They're well aware of the different types of fin kicks. There's nothing that you can do with this fin that can't be duplicated, regardless of what some divers will tell you. You can frog kick, you can fin backwards, you can fin really, really well in currents. Give it a try. My thoughts. Now, let me know what you think about it. Which fin to buy? Hey, it's really your choice. But there's one more thing to consider. Very important. Yeah. This fin is like a Model T Ford. Came in every color. Any color you wanted, as long as it was black. Look at this. There you go. 7 different colors. If you're traditionalist, you got your black, blue, orange for color, pink for Kevin. White is my personal favorite. That's what I use. Shows up the best. Yellow if you like it. And the green for a lot of people in continental Europe like the green. Anyway, there you go. That's my thoughts on it. A modern fin, yeah, they got a lot of things going for them. I can't think of any reason why I would put on an old pair of rockets anymore. I have a whole bunch of them at home. That's where they stay, my vintage collection. Anyway, there's some thoughts. Send me your comments. I know I'm going to get some on this one. I'll be waiting for them. Thanks very much. Alec, Peirce Scuba at Scuba 2000. Talk to you soon.